सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। I welcome you all with my love and respects. And I welcome all the devotees and disciples sitting around the world with us at this moment. 292 places, 192 cities, 22 countries. Now we have an automatic information. Whoever logs in, the number of country, city, places we know. God. We actually expected from Mahashivratri, in 108 places around the world we will sit and create the N effect. Now I am very confident from Mahashivratri we will sit in 1008 places. Because yesterday the press meet was attended, 551 places, 314 cities, 45 countries. So, for Shivaratri, instead of sitting in 108 cities, we will be sitting in 1008 cities and 108 countries all over the world. And I tell you, 2012, 12 was the day we were planning that 10,000 people will sit together and levitate. Now I am saying, March 2nd, this Shivaratri, we will have 10,000 people sitting all over the world and levitating, creating the N effect. This Shivaratri itself, almost 1.5 years we preponed. I think more than 1.5 years. We preponed. This Shivaratri itself we will have 10,000 people sitting physically with me and all over the world, totally, at least 10,000, and experiencing the Kundalini awakening. We decided to take on negativity, destroy negativity. And I thank all the Indian media and international media again for reporting so truthfully, honestly, the whole press meet. From today morning, I have been showered from all the reports from all over the world. Everywhere, the whole vibration, the whole understanding has become different. Let's enter into the satsang, the today's satsang. We are entering into the 109th Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, and in the 3rd chapter, 3rd verse, Subject is Samadhi. I'll enter into the sutra. Tat Yeva Arthamatra Nirbasam Swarupa Sunyam Iva Samadhihi. Swami Vivekananda translates the sutra as, when that dhyana gives up all forms and reveals only the meaning, it is samadhi. Swami Prabhavananda translates as, when in meditation the true nature of the object shines forth, not distorted by the mind of the perceiver, that is absorption. Swami Sachidananda translates as, Samadhi is the same meditation when there is a shining of the object alone, as if devoid of form. Osho translates as, Samadhi is when the mind becomes one with the object. Again, I wanted to dig out and reveal the sacred secret in the sutra. Please understand. The sacred secret in the sutra is revealed in the technical term Swarupa Sunyam, Nirbasam Swarupa Sunyam, Iva Samadhihi. When the distance and difference in the name and form and substance between the mind and the object on which the mind was meditating not only dissolves, disappears into the highest frequency without even the trace of the mind and the object meditated upon, the space experienced is samadhi. I am also enjoying. Please understand, because I am not talking, I am also enjoying. Still I remember, I can't make 5 words at a stretch in English and make a statement with 5 words in English. I do not know how these technical terms are getting revealed. I am also enjoying. I can assure all of you one thing. Please understand, just because I do not know the language, and now these extraordinary technical truths are being revealed in the language which I never learnt or studied, from the language which I never learnt or studied, I can assure you 100%, these are pure truths expressing without any conditioning of the mind or the biomemory or the body with which I created my life. Please understand. The space from which the words came out of Patanjali's mouth from that same exact space honestly, without any corruption, the words are coming out. You are fortunate enough, not only not you are, just you are, we are fortunate enough to hear and enjoy those words. Because I neither learned Sanskrit nor learned English. And I am talking in English on the scripture which is written in Sanskrit. I wanted all of you to know, I am also excited every day for morning satsang. No, really. Otherwise, why do you think I'll sacrifice my morning sleep? That is the only pleasure I was having in my life. I will not get up in the morning. I will get up slowly by 7 o'clock. Will not even take bath, just brush the teeth, go around the banyan tree and be walking around as I want, when I want. That was the only pleasure. Means lying down in the morning. I tell you, why do you think I gave up even that? I am also enjoying the morning satsang. I am also excited. I am waiting because, understand, I am also learning Yoga Sutras every day morning. I am also learning. I will clearly describe Samadhi. The stuff out of which your mind is made and the stuff out of which the object is made, on which your mind is meditating or contemplating, the both stuffs disappearing into one ultimate space, frequency, where even the trace of the mind or the mind stuff or the object stuff exists in its any form. That space is Samadhi. The only difference between Dhyana and Samadhi, I am revealing you the important sacred secret or the cosmic law. In Dhyana, mind and the object loses its name and form into a certain frequency which is beyond the mind and the object meditated upon. In Samadhi, not only the mind and the object loses its form, even the stuff out of which the mind is made or the stuff out of which the object is made, even that stuff loses its form, name, frequency and dissolves into that highest space, and it is non-retrievable, non-return zone. In Dhyana, the possibility for returning exists, but in Samadhi, the possibility for returning does not exist. Please understand. The possibility for returning does not exist in Samadhi. It is non-return zone. Samadhi is not end of your spiritual life. Please understand. I want you to understand. Samadhi is the beginning of your spiritual life. Till Samadhi, you can just get back to the beginning point. Means you can lose everything. I have seen people losing just before Samadhi. I have seen people even losing after Satori. After Satori, people just lose. But Samadhi is the only space where you experience the non-return zone. I wanted you to understand this detail. I'll give you the difference between dhyana and samadhi so that this sacred secret sinks in you very deeply. Come on, Vimala Devi, Redondo Beach Center. See your Paduka. Vibhuti is coming. In few minutes, you will have Vibhuti from your Paduka. All right. They will have it now. Side by side, the job is going on. One side, you see, I could see like an octopus, a cosmic octopus. This body is being used, which is residing in Samadhi now. It's actually a fulfillment of my fantasy. I always used to feel I should listen to all these great scriptures from somebody who is in that state. At least I am fulfilling others' fantasies. Of course, now I am also listening, so no problem. I am also feeling fulfilled. I could see the body is in Samadhi and all these words coming out. And not only the words are coming out, and everywhere around the world, that people are feeling connected. These words are being taken to them and it is becoming experience in their system. I wanted to let you know. See, now I felt very clearly because I was seeing her for a few seconds and she was intensely connected to me. The Redondo Beach Center, Vimala Devi. I could see very clearly whatever words I am uttering is becoming reality inside our space. That's the reason I uttered this word. The Vibhuti is coming. You will see now, it is coming. In our space, this word is becoming reality. Thousands of people sitting around the world, as on now, 342 place, 221 city and 22 country. These words are just going and becoming reality in them. The explanation about Samadhi is putting the seed of Samadhi in them. Understand? A complete right technical understanding of any sacred secret concealed in the sacred text immediately puts the seed in you to experience that sacred secret as reality. So as on now, this moment, 342 places, 221 cities, 22 countries, the seed of Samadhi is being sown into thousands of people. I wanted to define Samadhi once more in a very clear way, the deep understanding. Dhyana means, I'll give you the example of you meditating on me. Dhyana means the idea of your name and form and my name and form will disappear into certain experience where you will not remember your individual identity or my individual identity. This is dhyana. Samadhi means in a space where the stuff out of which you are made and stuff out of which I am made both disappear, only that space exists, and it is impossible for you to get back to the original state in which you were before the samadhi, or for me it is impossible to get back to the space in which I was before the samadhi. That space is what I call samadhi. Now I have sown the seed of dhyana and samadhi in all of you. All I want you to do, try to go on rethinking. I am using the word rethinking because no other word. In Sanskrit we have a word called manana. Manana means soaking your being in this sacred truth. It's like how these flies go and sit in the cup of honey and try to sip the honey. Finally, because their legs are smeared with the honey, they can't use their wings to fly and disappear into the honey. Of course, they die. But in this case, you will not die. When you sit on manana, means rejoicing in the sacred truths. They will be so joyful, ecstatic. All your senses will be smeared with that ecstasy of the truth. Your mind, wing, will lose its power to take you out of that honey and dissolve into the joy of honey. Please understand, here you are not dying, you are becoming immortal. The example of honey and flies, they die. But here you become immortal because the honey here is not dead object, it is living energy. It is living, independent intelligence. All I want you to do is contemplate, contemplate, contemplate. Do manana of this truth if you can. These few statements I made, the technical sacred secrets I made now. Put it in your iPod, put it in the rewinding mode. Continuously let it repeat. Let it repeat. Let it repeat. When you meditate on me, your identity, name and form, my identity, name and form, disappearing into certain frequency is meditation, dhyana. But the stuff out of which you are made and the stuff out of which I am made, both of them disappearing into certain space, never to come back as they were before disappearance, is samadhi. Just go on contemplating. Do manana on this word, that's enough. You don't need anything else. Understand? Your mind is nothing but words. So if the sacred secrets are again and again and again hammered on your mind, simply your mind dissolves into it and experiences the sacred reality, or the reality expressed through the sacred secrets. I am just in ecstasy every day because I feel I am honestly doing the job for which I assumed the body. I really feel I am doing the job for which I assumed the body. Let's study deeply this sutra. Tat eva arthamatra nirubasam swarupa sunyam iva samadhihi. That meditation verily having the purpose alone, shining forth, and the form or the essence becomes empty into that final highest space, never to return to its form before samadhi, is samadhi. The whole Vedic consciousness is centered on this one word, samadhi. It is so sacred, so secret, still this word is fresh even for me. Please understand. It is too sacred for anybody even to think they know it. It is too sacred for anybody even to think they know the meaning. And I am here very honestly saying to all of you, still this word excites me. Still I feel I am new to samadhi. Then I don't know what you are supposed to feel. No, really. That is the reason I can go on and on and on, explain the various dimensions and aspects of samadhi. I can tell you one thing. In you, even now, there is certain space which is residing in samadhi. You have two methods of reaching that space. Either catch some object outside of you, whether the form of a chosen deity or your guru, and go on doing the manana. Sometimes even a concept is enough. You may not need the form of a guru or form of a chosen deity, Ishtadevata. You may not need all that. Even a concept, a truth, Satya is enough. A sacred secret is enough. A sacred truth is enough. You can take up even this sacred truth, sacred secret on Samadhi. You can take up any one, go on doing manana. Then, because of that binary experience, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, that is the way the meditation will happen. You will remember you and the sacred truth. Sacred truth and you. 0, 1, 0, 1, the binary experience will raise you to such an high frequency, it will explode and disappear into the Samadhi space. That is one way. There is a second way. Just you go on unclutching in your inner space and dropping to the deepest space of you and disappearing into the Samadhi space. In this too, any one is possible. Or you can even do both whenever you feel taste for any one thing. Please understand, I am breaking one of the big bondage. Usually these orthodox so-called yoga gurus go on insisting on you to pick up any one path. Either working with an object or just diving into the subject. I give you the freedom. Not only I give you the freedom, Patanjali gives you the freedom. If you are working just with object or subject, you will feel a little bored and depressed at times. I can tell you one thing honestly. When my people will become enlightened, I do not know. But I can be 100% sure. And even at this moment, if death comes, I will be so free. I will not have any load on my conscience. I never made anybody to suffer. Always my people were joyful, even till their enlightenment. I never put my people in depression. I never taught depression. I never insisted depression. I never promoted depression. In the name of spiritual seeking. God. Why are you so much bothered about? Even enlightenment. The idea of enlightenment is supposed to be increasing the joy in you. From joy to joy to joy to joy to bliss. In the name of yoga, too much of sadness has been promoted in the cosmos. I tell you. Not only the experience of samadhi, even path to samadhi is bliss. The object or the truth you need to contemplate for samadhi itself will be a bliss. Whether you choose an object and enter into that binary frequency 010101 and dissolve into samadhi, or you go on unclutching and dive into samadhi, it will be a great pleasure and joy and ecstasy and bliss. The sad gurus always teach to take one path. I tell you, have both. When you are tired of one path, just relax in the other one. When you are tired of being in 010101, relax into your own unclutching. When you are tired of your own unclutching, then enjoy the 010101. Have choice, variety, and enjoy. I tell you, anything you do with joy directly will drop you into samadhi. It's time. We read the menu. It is enough. It's time to eat the food. Experience samadhi. Just keep your hands in Chinmudra and keep it on your knees. Sit comfortably in the unclutched mood. Close your eyes. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I bless you all to achieve, experience, live, express, radiate and share the eternal bliss. Nityananda. Thank you.